uh, ever wonder why some superheroes just seem off? Uh, it's a question that's been captivating audiences since 2019, when exploded onto the scene, adapted from the explosive comics by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson. The series doesn't offer capes and sunshine. Instead, it delves into a world where power corrupts and even heroes have skeletons in their closets. This isn't a simple tale of good versus evil. Characters aren't neatly boxed into categories partially, boxed into categories portion. They're complex, flawed, and constantly evolving, reshaping the grim reality around them. So let's explore 7 key figures, not by judging their morality, but by tracing their journeys and measuring their impact on the explosive narrative. With the final season on the horizon, now's the perfect time to revisit the world of and see just who stands out. Before we dive in, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button. The Deep begins as a parody of everything wrong with celebrity hero worship. Shallow, insecure, and frankly bizarre. He initially feels like a joke that left the while Chase Crawford delivers an engaging performance. The Deep story arc feels consistently stagnant, and his attempts to regain favor with Vought, from joining cults to posing as an environmentalist, become repetitive of those families. He's reactive, not proactive, often pushed around by the plot rather than driving it forward. There's fleeting growth in facing any true consequence for his actions, but it's never enough to elevate him. Ashley Barrett transforms from a nervous PR assistant into a frantic Vought executive. She's ambitious and flawed, trapped in Homelander's web. In Property, the transformation from romantics. However, she lacks substantial agency, often reduced to covering up the soup's messes. And her arc showcases the damaging effect of Vought's toxic environment. Her panic attacks are revealing, but ultimately leave her a reactive figure, while injecting herself with Compound V signals potential. She remains underdeveloped. Her story is functional, but not deeply transformative. Queen Maeve, a disillusioned soup, begins with an interesting backstory, but is limited by inconsistent screen time. Her alliance with the boys, her blackmailing of Homelander, and pitting herself against Soldier Boy show glimmers of depth. Her arc revolves around scenes of inner turmoil, lacking consistent, sustained transformation. Season 3's exit curtailed deeper exploration of her trauma. That Maeve holds promise, but remains partially unrealized and emotionally compelling, but not integral of the topic. Because Starlight shines as the initial moral compass, idealistic and courageous. So there's journey into Vought's corruption, tests her convictions, evolving into a whistleblower who exposes the truth about Compound V and Homelander. Her arc's thoughtful pacing and emotional resonance are amplified by her relationship with Huey, making her a key force in the battle for truth. She's arguably the most fully developed hero. Even though her arc isn't always as complex as others, Huey Campbell, the Everyman, anchors the show's human perspective, where starting as a grieving boyfriend, he grows from a timid recruit to a strategic rebel. His story explores themes of trauma, love, ambition, and betrayal. Jack Blade's relatable portrayal makes Huey a fan favorite. His emotional honesty and integrity are noteworthy, though certain plot points sometimes stall his momentum. Despite it all, Huey consistently remains a deeply human presence. Homelander initially appears benevolent, though cracks emerge, revealing sociopathy, loneliness, and megalomania. Anthony Starr delivers a chillingly consistent portrayal of a man meticulously crafting a false image, and his arc isn't about transformation, it's about the relentless reveal of his depravity. From manipulating Ryan to his infamous milk obsession, Homelander drives the narrative and adds layers to satire. It's a controversial pick for number 2, but undeniable. Billy Butcher, driven by vengeance and the loss of Becca, is a captivating anti-hero. His actions fuel the plot, shaking Vought's power and raising the stakes with each season. Key moments like discovering Ryan and the infamous laser baby add a vital nuance. Karl Urban's gritty performance breathes life into a deeply flawed magnetic character. Butcher's impact is transformative, making him the central figure in this story. Why did the superhero cross the road? To prove he wasn't chicken, but mainly to get the publicity. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, have a good